Yeah. Haha. There we go, folks. We here in the studio along with my good old friend Steve. Hey, Steve. What's happening, man?
Not much. How you doing, Larry?
All right. What you going to be talking about today?
We're gonna be talking about kidney disease.
All right. So,
Ninth leading cause of death in the United States.
no way.
Absolutely.
All right, don't test that down, folks. And also in the studio is my cousin Antoine Reed.
How you doing, beautiful people of Baltimore? This is Antoine Reed talking to you.
And
You're going to be talking about a little later on. We're going to be talking about the Baltimore Martial Arts Cookout.
the cookout coming.
Yes, Baltimore Martial Arts Cookout. This is going to be the 6th annual cookout.
Wow. And who we have on the line right here? What's your name, sir, on the line? Delroy. My cousin in the building, folks. And what's going on with you, Delroy? You going to be listening, tuning in, and talking about the dialysis?
Yes.
All right. All right. Let's just go right along, folks. Number is 410-481-1010, 410-481-1010. It's all the way. Let me see. We is trying to hook up my new object here. Shows everything in. But anyway, folks, we is here. You can call in 410-481-1010. We are in the building, folks.
What's up, Larry?
All right. So let's move right on. Don't test it down because Eyes in the Sky Community Solutions will be coming on in about 20 minutes. So don't test that down, folks. All right. Steve, take it away.
What's going on, Larry? How you doing?
All right, man. What's the cause of death again?
The ninth leading cause of death is kidney disease, and things have gotten a little bit worse since the last time I've been here, Larry.
Oh, come on. About what? Kidneys?
Kidney disease, Baltimore in general, because this is where we're at. Larry, did you know that there are 71 clinics, dialysis 202. Now, that zip code is down by Johns Hopkins. It was supposed to be one of the leading transplant hospitals, but in a 25-mile radius from that zip code, 71 dialysis clinics.
71.
71, Larry. That's a lot.
And Delroy, what happened with you? Do you have a transplant, or that way Steve can be familiar with you and he can ask you questions, y'all can ask each other questions?
Okay. Yes, I did get a transplant. I got a transplant in 2014.
Okay. How you doing, Delroy?
I'm doing
so
okay.
you had your transplant for 5 years now?
It'll be 5 years in November.
Mm-hmm. How long were you on the waiting list before you actually received that organ?
Okay. I was on the waiting list about a year.
Wow. A year.
Yeah.
Did you get a living donor or you got a deceased donor?
A deceased donor.
Let me ask you, you waited a year, and there's a lot of patients out there that's been on dialysis 5, 10, 15, and then 20 years here in Baltimore. So how was you able to get that kidney that fast?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. They made a mistake when they diagnosed me with kidney failure. I went in the hospital for pneumonia. While I was in the hospital for pneumonia, my kidney failed. So I had to stay in the hospital 23 days. They put me on dialysis while I was in the hospital. My kidney doctor told me that my kidney would kick in within 90 days.
So it sounded like you had like what they call acute kidney failure, acute kidney injury.
Yeah. But by you talking about this, I'm gonna set it straight, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Can I be honest? If y'all gonna say, y'all gonna let air what I say.
Depends
be
on
honest.
if you be honest.
No, I mean, I just
Go ahead, be honest.
No, well,
be honest.
Delroy, let me just, tell you why I asked the question, because I've been doing dialysis 33 years. I do a show on Facebook, and I met many kidney warriors or patients across the United States and even on Facebook. And there's so many people waiting for a transplant organ, more than 125,000 people.
You're 100% right.
And
You're
so
100%
I was just,
right.
that's why I asked you, did you get a living donor? Because maybe you could have, one of your family members or friends or a true stick donor could have gave it to you, or you could have been preemptive and got on the transplant list before you actually started dialysis, and you could have already been on the list before you actually started dialysis and during that time. So that's why, I asked, because there's a lot of people out there waiting. This would probably hear this and say, I've been on dialysis 10 years and been on the waiting list, maybe 7, and still haven't got a call, or maybe got, 3 or 4 calls that turned out to be false positive. So that was the only reason why I asked.
Okay, I understand why you're asking. I go back down to the dialysis and talk to the patients down there.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to, say, the exact nature of how you got it, and I congratulate you on getting it, man, because nobody wants to be on dialysis, and it's a lot of people out there trying to get transplanted.
You ain't got to tell me about that. I did it for 2 years, and I know how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
But in another note, you got some people that's on dialysis that's older, and it's hard for them to get a kidney because of their age. And then you got some, like you said, they don't match with the patient, their family member or whatever. But we got to realize something when it comes into, you got to get to the root of the thing. And some of us don't want the kidney, but we say we want the kidney. And then you got some of us saying, well, I don't want a kidney from this hospital or that hospital because I know somebody got a kidney and they passed with their kidney or the kidney didn't take in. That's the chance you got to take.
Right. No, I completely understand. I met a lot of patients that, I call the hospitals out. A lot of patients I know that got transplant from Johns Hopkins and University of Maryland. Both institutions are well, but on the flip side of it, they don't talk about the patients whose kidneys rejected or, like you said, didn't take. You don't hear them stories.
I got mine done at the university.
Okay.
When I got mine done, I had a choice: University or Johns Hopkins. Me personally. I don't know how nobody else feels, but when I chose the two out of the two, university seemed to me be more like a family oriented when you got your kidney. And to this day, they calls me and check on me.
Really? I'm very surprised because normally the first year they want to make sure the kidney takes after throughout that first year. And then after that, a lot of people I know, they normally don't hear back from them or really concerned.
I be hearing from the university. My coordinator talks to me all the time.
Let me ask you a question, Delroy. With your transplant medication, with Medicare paying up to 36 months and you're over that, how do you pay for your medicines now? Do you
Medicare and Medicaid pay for my medicine.
Really? Medicare still pays?
Yeah.
Wow. There was there's something that's out there that Medicare pays up to 36 months.
Now they pay for mine. They've been paying for mine ever since I had my transplant.
And it's how long?
I get my medicine from the University of Maryland.
How long?
And
you
all
had
my
your transplant?
all my kidney medication, my Medicare and Medicaid pay for my medicine.
Okay. Wow.
I might have a little co-payment, maybe $1 and some change or whatever, it don't be no more than $1.35. I gotta pay a copayment. But the bulk of they pay for both of mine. All my medication that costs for my kidney, they pay for it.
Sure. How many medicines are you taking now?
Oh man, I take maybe 13 pills in the morning and maybe 6 at night.
Okay.
At first, I was taking more than that when I first got my kidney transplant.
Right.
And I tell people this, like Larry's son, they say his kidney he needed to get on dialysis.
Right, and I had called you from the hospital when my son.
And I told Larry
shot
to get a second
taser.
opinion.
Yep.
I told Larry to get a second opinion because the reason why I told Larry to get a second opinion because of my case, what happened to me. And when Larry got that second opinion, what nothing wrong with his son's
right,
kidney.
they say he ain't need none.
What nothing wrong with his kidney. A lot of times, that's why I asked you, could I be honest with you? A lot of times, and I noticed in the last 10 years, you said you've been working with it 30-some years. In the last 10 years, more African Americans been diagnosed with kidney failure, having strokes, having heart attacks, and it's not what they're doing, it's our food that we eat. The things that we take is not good for us.
Yeah, so Steve gonna run it down towards Deborah, and you can jump in any time, but he's gonna run the dialogue down and what's happening with the system here.
Well, I mean, he's right, man. I mean, most of the dialysis clinics, I mean, you got some out in the suburbs, but Larry, here in Baltimore, 71 facilities within a 25-mile radius of one zip code. I mean, then you got to add the other zip code, so it'll be the same. And then we're not, taking into account D.C., the clinics that stretch out in the community from there.
Can I cut in for a minute, please?
Sure.
And Larry, he is so 100% right. I was riding on Mobility one day, and I was going to different dialysis. Since I've been on dialysis, there had not been these many clinics of dialysis centers open. And now, every time you turn around, they popping up a dialysis center. Think about it. You gotta sit back and think about it. Why is all these dialysis centers being built up? Why is all these people having dialysis problems?
Well,
why is they having kidney problems? Now you putting people on dialysis. And by me being a dialysis patient, I was on dialysis.
Right. Now,
you
Larry,
get weak and do everything.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But check this out, Larry, before I get to the numbers. You're a cab driver, so you know about Baltimore.
Yep.
Let me tell you how serious this is. You go on North Avenue in Greenmount, where that Rite Aid used to be.
From Greenmount. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be a DaVita. That's it's already a DaVita. They're building it up now, right across from the cemetery.
Well, taking the Rite Aid's making them Walgreens.
No.
But they're gonna make a
no.
DaVita
It is a DaVita. Okay. I know. Right. I know the administrator who's going to administrate that particular clinic. But it's right across the street from a cemetery. You go right up the street a little ways up to Broadway and North Avenue. There's a Fresenius right there where House of Ruth used to be. Okay.
Right.
Then if you stop at Greenmount and North and you go up Greenmount to 29th, there's another dialysis center in that shopping center where that McDonald's and the auto store is.
Right.
So
you're right.
It's like a diamond triangle, all of them within 3 to 5 minutes apart, Larry. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. 3 units within 3 to 5 minutes apart. What does that tell you? So, look, Larry, as I said, ninth leading cause of death in the United States, kills more people than breast cancer and prostate cancer. Each day, 22 people die waiting for a kidney in the United States. Here in Maryland, on an average, 2,661 Marylanders await a kidney for transplant. Approximately, and this is probably more now, but it says 9,300 Marylanders are on dialysis. But if, again, 71 clinics within 25-mile radius, and a lot of these clinics are filled, crowded. It's out of control, Larry. But if anyone's out there that has kidney disease, because it's 5 stages, Larry, and the one way you know that it's time for dialysis, you can have decreased urine output, fluid retention in your ankles, legs, and feet, shortness of breath, being fatigued or tired, confusion because of the waste buildup, because you can't urinate. Normally what you urinate all that waste out, that's building up in your blood into your system. You got irregular heartbeat, weakness, nausea. Larry, a lot of people in Maryland walking around with these symptoms and don't even know it. 9 out of 10 have stage 3. 9 out of 10 people have stage 3 kidney disease and don't even know it. And if you don't know you got stage 3, how do you want to know when you get to stage 5 when it happened? And a lot of people, they don't realize until they end up in the emergency room with some type of complication like respiratory distress or something else. And that's when they come back and say, your kidneys have failed. I know people who fast track where they find out and then the next day they're in surgery getting a catheter, then they're getting dialysis, and then maybe 2 days later they're trying to put an access in their arm for permanent dialysis.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Jason, you got a question?
Yeah. How important is it for those that may have the ability to do so to become a donor or to look at supporting and helping someone that may be in a need of a transplant? How important is that? Because I know that in other communities, I know they do supporting systems for like bone marrow, things like that. But I hear in our community, it's almost like a phobia, like we're scared to do so.
Okay. Let me. Can I comment on that?
Sure, but I got I don't have a better comment, but let me just say one thing, and then you can comment, Delroy. Yeah, it's not enough blacks that's donating, and that's really important. Unfortunately, let me just say this, if someone's at risk for kidney disease themselves, the question is, why are they going to donate? Point in case, I met a gentleman who donated to his mom, and 5 years later, that kidney failed, and then his kidney failed. So, Larry, both of them on dialysis.
Wow.
And he donated a kidney to her.
Man.
And it failed.
Okay, let me say this, right? What we in Baltimore, what we need to do is educate our people.
That what Steve do. He educates.
Yeah,
people.
I'm saying, and our people. I did a little traveling myself, and our people is so scared of certain things, and like Steve said, if we go to the doctors, we don't ask enough questions. Mm-hmm. We just go to the doctor and let them tell us anything, and we don't follow up on nothing. We have one doctor say one thing instead of getting a second opinion on something. Mm-hmm. And if you can catch it before it gets started, like Steve say, you stage 3, now you stage 5 because you ain't did nothing when you found out you was that way. Well, I gotta die. Most people you hear say, well, I gotta die for something.
Right. Well, Steve, go ahead and run it down because we pressed for time.
Sure. So let me just say, if you're out there, the risk for diabetes and high blood pressure, basically anyone could get it, but 45 years or older, overweight, Black, Asian, Pacific, have a parent, brother, sister with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, don't exercise. These are all risk factors for diabetes, which is the leading cause of kidney failure. So just going to give you top 10 suggestions, Larry, for your audience to walk away with to protect your kidneys. 1, if you take blood pressure medicine, control your blood pressure and your blood sugar. Know your numbers. Blood pressure and GFR. GFR measures your kidney numbers called glomerular filtration rate. Visit your healthcare provider. Be physically active. Maintain a healthy weight. If you smoke, stop smoking. Get tested for kidney disease. make healthy food choices, and drink at least 8 glasses of water, like you asked me, per day, Larry. And then, like I said, if you take medications, don't sleep on that. Take them until you can get off of them.
And how can people reach you? So they got any questions for you?
Okay, Steve.
Yes, sir.
This is what I want you to do, Larry. Give Steve my phone number.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve, if you need me to talk or whatever, just call me and I'll be there.
Okay. Sure,
Great.
Delroy.
And Steve, put your information out there.
Sure, I can be reached at Urban Kidney Alliance at 443-814-1541. We're located in Randallstown. We also on Facebook at Urban Health Outreach Media, where we do multiple live broadcast kidney disease education shows.
Thank you. So don't touch that dial. Next week we'll have extended another half an hour show and learn more about the kidney disease.
All right,
and how
man.
we can prevent it.
Absolutely, man.
Are we going
Thanks,
to break
man.
in a plane before we go to Antoine Reed? I see a plane in the sky. Community solution, community support, eyes in the sky. I see it. There it is. I knew it. I knew that plane was on its way. Oh, I forgot to say bye to Delroy. But thank you. Hey, Dr. Ross, how you doing?
Doing good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday already.
Yep. Early August, man. Holy smoke.
Wow. They said the plane coming. Where that plane? Jason, somebody said a plane? Archie's here. That's Archie on the plane. How many planes y'all have in Baltimore? Wow.
Oh, we're trying to get back. So Archie's there with you, isn't he?
Yeah, Archie is
Sure
right
is.
here. You know,
Sure is.
I heard that y'all was
Archie
on
just
his
flew
way.
in and his arm is tired.
Yeah.
I heard that y'all on y'all way. Y'all almost here in Baltimore since all this corruption coming on.
We're hoping. It just takes one person's decision. That's all it takes. So we've done 58 community meetings. We've held all sorts of other things. We're ready to come back and hopefully reduce the murder rate, the shooting rate, which made the news this week, right?
Did we make the news, Archie?
Yeah.
What
we
happened?
Made international news.
About the plane?
No, we made international news about the murder, about the murder rate. They said we are the worst city in the entire United States when it comes down to the murder.
Entire United States.
The entire country. They compared this to
Past
Washington.
Chicago.
Wow. They
Honduras.
compared this the
For real?
Washington Post, what is the other international magazine
San Pedro Sulu,
BBC.
Honduras, Tegucigalpa,
in Guatemala?
Guatemala.
They said
Guatemala City.
Oh my
Salvador.
goodness! Come on, man. They didn't say that
said
about
that
Baltimore.
City is worse than Honduras, Guatemala.
The president
and-
said that.
No. These
said that?
these are
True,
people.
unfortunately.
I think I heard the president said that.
No, these are people statistically reporting these numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, they're actually true.
Yes, sir.
San Pedro Sulu is about 50 murders or 48 murders per 100,000.
100.
Baltimore,
Yeah.
unfortunately, is at 55 murders per 100,000. So, out of all the major cities in the United States, those over about 400,000, Baltimore is actually almost double all but 3 cities.
Oh, you got guests coming in too, don't you?
Yeah,
They outside?
it should be on their way.
Okay,
be
you're
here.
going to
Should
get
be
them right now.
outside.
So Archie and Dr. Ross, let us know how can people check the website out and and see what it take. How many more signatures we need before someone die before y'all come?
Well-
I know y'all trying to deter people before they commit a murder, but give us the rundown.
Well, you can go to communitywithsolutions.com, which is Archie's website. There's an online petition there. Archie's got thousands of people who have already signed on it. And, again, there's tons of information out there. You can actually go out there and see how we go about solving murders. And once you see that, one, you know that we protect people's privacy, that we only look at where major crimes occur. And also, when you look at it, most people's response is that all you can see? I'm not worried about that. And to be honest with you, if we can help save people's lives, that's really what it's about. I mean, our own family here has been deeply affected by murders in the last couple of months. Archie's actually lost 2 family members, which is just ridiculous.
In 1 month.
In 1 month.
1 month.
And I lost
I'm so sorry to hear that.
one family member, got shot in the head. They still ain't finding the people. You lost any family members?
Yes,
Anyone?
we have. I believe everyone has been affected by this in Baltimore. Somebody in their family has been affected by it.
The worst is pain that you can that a mother can feel is that there's nothing, nobody has nothing, no witnesses, no nothing. That is the worst pain that a mother or grandmother or a parent can hear, that nobody saw nothing. And that's the code that we live by. And it's kind of a sick, delusional one, but that's the code that we live by.
Delusional. The president say that word.
Well. I mean, I don't agree. I don't. I'm not a particular Donald Trump fan, but the fact of the matter is, some of the things that the man said is true.
No, Archie.
It's true.
It's like, I mean, that's really like some of the things that the man said is true.
Just how he said.
It's just how it's how he put it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You know, he just said it in a very disrespectful.
Right,
But
okay.
everybody that
We're on the
that
same
knows
page.
him knows
Okay.
that's how he provoked people. But like let's really be clear, is that the truth of the matter is that we are living in rat-infested neighborhoods.
But we can say
Like-
that, but we ain't gonna have no outsiders saying it.
But I mean, the fact of the matter is, when is the insiders going to say something then?
We
When
can-
is the so
you can say
why does
it
it go?
because you're an insider.
Well,
so you
I'm
can
saying
say
it. Well, I'm saying it now. Why does it have to take some other
Right.
guy from outside to say, well, why is he saying it about us? But the fact of the matter is, the kids that have to play in this crap, that the junk, the trash.
What are we
the
going to
kids
do
that have
about
to
it?
play in
What
the
can we do about it?
We're gonna help them. We're gonna help them put money in their pocket. Show them the essence of cleaning their community
Okay.
up. Showing them the appreciation of this is how your community is supposed to look.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? So if we start modeling,
By
we start
example.
showing,
Yes,
like we had a question is, why is it that we have our city, our youth perpetuating violence and death? Well, if you turn on your TV, that's all you see is violence and death.
Program.
So we have to perpetuate a different mindset.
Yes, sir.
See, right now it's a hunger survival mindset out here. You understand? Well, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is. So just yesterday, I was at one of the little squeezy sections, and my Uber rider say, no.
There you
So
go,
I say,
Ken, using that Uber
I say,
Paconi.
wind down your window, right? I said, I had a few dollars, right, but I didn't have enough. You know, so I gave $1 here, $1 here, and I ain't have enough.
And
You know,
what
so
happened?
the little kids say, don't even worry about it, OG, just give me some dap.
So what that mean?
That means they know I'm coming back.
Oh.
They know it. That there's a hope when they see me.
Oh, right.
There's a sense of hope
Yeah.
when you don't have to. He just won. He said, you know what? Because I gave all the friends, I gave everybody else one, but he didn't get one.
Right.
And he didn't. Man, how you going? You know how they
Okay.
say that they
Right,
act.
Right.
That's deep.
The man said, man, just give me some love,
That's deep.
because I know you coming back.
They
need
need
love.
love.
So
Yeah.
so when I say it's not a mindset that just be hunger, that just want to do violent things. No, we have youth that is screaming for help,
Yes, sir.
love, and hope. And if they don't see it, you're not coming to their corner and dictating nothing. You're not going to do that. They're not having it.
Yeah.
They don't care how old you are. They don't care nothing about nothing. First of all, you have to show them some respect. First of all, we have to us getting there in our old age. It seemed like we have become fearful and engaged in these youth. You know, it's like real.
Doesn't have to be that
I mean, to the point where I even sit back and observe people my age sit back and know that they can help, but drive right past them.
Afraid. Can I interject you for a minute, brother? You know, we was called out. Baltimore was called out. However, it's also a clipping about Jared, President Trump's son-in-law.
Son-in-law, his
Okay,
Kushner.
he was a Kushner. He was a slum lord
True
for Baltimore
project.
County, Baltimore City, and so it's like, you know, he has a nerve to talk about Baltimore when you have brother-in-law that contribute to a lot of the slum lords and the housings and disrepair. Also, if you're not going to, contribute to the problem, then you shouldn't talk about it.
I agree.
He could have got with Elijah Cummings and everyone else, and he could have discussed this like men.
See how he could contribute. But instead, he threw a shot, or he threw a mean one.
Mm-hmm.
But let's turn these tides around. Is it true? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, you got rats that eat good in this city, man. I mean, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
I don't know where some of you guys live at, but where I live at, I walk out my front, there's rats. I walk out my back, there's rats. I got big grown men scared to have a cookout in behind my house because certain hours at night the rats come out. Not men.
He's right.
They not afraid of the men coming out at night. They afraid of big rats. So I mean, is the fact of the matter? Is it true? If it's true, let's change it. We need to get more people together, jobs together, and let's clean up this city.
Yes, sir.
That way, he won't have nothing else to say.
I missed it. I missed it when you say something
and like
rats.
the brother said, he should contribute. He should get with the congressman and he should do things that's going to help this city.
Well, I like to say that the $70 billion that they used to rebuild Afghanistan and refurbish Afghanistan, they could put that $70 billion into the city economy, the urban cities around Baltimore City.
Who's speaking, Joyous?
This is Joyous Jones.
Thank you.
And give us that money to rebuild our cities. We can do something about that. And it's not just Elijah Cummings' problem. This is a problem because we need to come outside our houses and sweep off our front of our houses. We used to have the Afro-American.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm about that time in that series. We used to get out and sweep the streets and see who had the best block. I mean, even the rotten tires, we used to turn them inside out and paint them and put plants inside of them. So to make the streets look beautiful. Baltimore used to be a beautiful streets to drive down and stuff. So it's not just
we had pride back then.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. But now, if it ain't in an app, and I can't swipe to the left or swipe to the right, that front ain't getting clean.
Not at all.
Right.
And I'm not getting paid to do it. So that's the thing. That's why we have. That's why I'm so glad that Dr. McNutt has been the first one that step up and say, well, Archie, I'm going to fund, those 10 children. And now I'm waiting for John Hopkins, and I'm waiting. Yeah, I just said it. I'm waiting for John Hopkins administration to call me back. So
John Hopkins being called out again this week?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. They have all this money
I called him out last week.
They have all this money for the mentoring project. So right now, Archie needs some money to pay the mentors to watch over the children so they can feel safe. This is about the having a safe environment to work in, and so the kids will have money in their pocket. They don't have to worry about getting robbed. They don't have to worry about nobody chasing them. They can go home with their money and spend it with the kids and their parents. So some of them got parents that they work for.
Now, Archie, this gentleman, is he a pastor?
Yes, indeed. He's been a pastor for a long time.
Yeah, this is Pastor Dwayne Simmons of Simmons Memorial Baptist Church that is literally.
It's not the surgeon went over to his yard and they kicked him off his premise. That's not him.
No, absolutely not.
Simmons Memorial is the epicenter of ground zero, especially in the Freddie Gray riots. And since then, it has been a sweltering swarm of crime, and that's who I'm here today to not only represent, but learn from you all and from your listeners, because I know that we're all full of solutions, and I'm here to share what I have, having my finger on the pulse of the community. I want to hear what you have to say, and I'm going to tell you what they say.
Well, the drug dealers say that the we can't be they on every corner, open air drug market, right around Pennsylvania Avenue, North Avenue,
That
open
wasn't
air.
a church. That wasn't a church where they were shooting at cars.
Yes.
That was your church.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep, that was Simmons Memorial.
Yep.
I went down there right the day after to see what any cameras and anybody find anybody. It was a camera out there.
Did they take the tape down?
Yeah.
They took the tape down when you got
the
there?
yellow
Yeah, the
tape
tape was down.
by the door.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
But I saw a camera right there. They still didn't catch the people? If you say they didn't catch the people, eyes in the sky coming tomorrow.
They did not catch the people.
Come on, the camera was right there.
They did not catch the people.
I mean, let's be realistic.
Come on, I'm real now.
How
Archie.
many?
Come on, man.
How many instances that we have heard, seen in our apps, Jason? That when it comes down to any
camera
kind
was
of
right
shooting,
there.
this doesn't matter. When it comes down to any kind of shooting, they always have this good thing they say. We have nothing.
No.
You know what? We have to take our streets back. You know, like what's your name again?
Joyous Jones.
It doesn't
Joyce
mean
Jones.
nothing.
I'm from
We
out
have
the
nothing.
same
That's what they
area
say.
you're out.
Okay.
And at 14 years old, with a work permit, I had a job.
Me too.
Okay, so it's no jobs for the children. They don't have anything to do.
They don't have Rex.
The racks and stuff they're supposed to be opening up, which they should have never closed down.
No safe Rex.
Those, and as far as the police and the community are coming together, it was good when they had the power centers because the police could be
Interact with the
effective.
children.
Absolutely.
And build a relationship, and they would
Absolutely.
know who
Absolutely.
was doing what. But
Absolutely.
they have no relationship. These
they
kids,
don't-
and
My
let me
son
tell
is
you,
a product of the PAL centers, and he's never been arrested.
See, and my
Ne-
sister,
never been
my
picked
sister
up.
was a police, so she was.
And your brother was
and my
a
brother was a lieutenant. So it's
And a
like
captain.
and a captain. So it's like they tell me the stories of they call them my kids, and all these children that came through the power centers, they college. I mean, doing very well now. A lot of them doing well. Why did they stop that?
I still know the police
Why?
officer that used to be on the 200 block of Mount Street where I grew up.
I still know Officer Murdoch on your
His name
road.
was Officer George, and
sure
he
they know
would,
me.
and he knows me. I don't know if he's still on the force, but he would come around, and everybody knew who he was, and he had his pulse on the community. These officers, I don't know who they are. They sit in their cars, they walk for about 5 minutes, and the drug dealers go to the opposite block while they walking, and then go around the block and come back. By the time they come back, they gone.
Oh,
you know.
Why that they didn't catch the people and the cameras right there?
Because part of
Should
this,
I ask
this
the pastor this?
Yeah.
part of this criminality is big business. People making money on both sides. You have people. You have the judges making money off the criminals, and you have the wannabes making money off the
No
kids.
one is going to make money off of the community solutions, community support. That's why y'all not here, because nobody making money off.
This is an already paid for project. The
This
Eye in the
project has
Sky
been
is
paid
already
for.
paid for 3 years already. So there's not the only thing that
It's not going to cost the city anything to help deter crime.
if we can pay $5 million for some green trash cans
Wow.
to have chips put in them in case somebody lose them, then I believe that we should be able to say, Dr. McNutt, here is your 3-year trial. Prove
It's
us.
a pilot program. Why
Prove
can't
us.
we?
Let us run
It's
this pilot
free.
program.
You don't need no money.
It's no money needed.
That's a no-brainer.
And as a matter of fact, the donor has offered to fund additional officers and oversight committee. So, Jason, you might also just have a job with the oversight committee as well, because we need people like you so the city will see, like, okay, we got people that's just not saying yes. We got people that's just not saying maybe. We got people saying, what is that? What is that going to do? How is that going to help us? You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just, you're not hearing this from Archie. You know, you're hearing it from people like Jason, people
And I
like
have people in
George
the
Mitchell,
community
people like Pastor
associates.
Simmons, that's in the community. We're not dealing with people that doesn't live in the community. Most of the people that has said
They don't want it. They don't live there.
Has become opposition to this are people that don't live where Pastor Simmons go to church at. That don't live
He's
with
right
Joyous.
in the trenches.
Right.
Yes.
You understand? And I
I went down there. They said they shot person right there.
Well, I mean, if you think that my people have respect for church, will have respect for the police, which they don't.
Man,
what makes you think that they have
We
respect for
didn't
the
used to
church?
do nothing at a church.
What happened?
Remember?
Yeah, I remember when we came up.
You didn't say no curse words in no church.
That's not.
Yeah, they were shot a few feet from our
Right,
church.
across the street, right.
And to me, this situation, and I need for all of your listeners and all of the professional pundits to hear me, the solution is not a matter of calculus. It's just a simple matter of arithmetic. If what you have done has not worked, not a matter either or, matter of both and. We either need to build upon, we need to scrap and start over.
City leadership.
We do not stop. But if what you have been doing is not working,
City leadership.
now I noticed they was talking about the PAL Center. The PAL Center worked, right?
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Dave.
Why did they discontinue it?
Funds ran out. The overtime for police officers.
They pulled the funding from it, and not only did they pull the funding from it, they also put the officers back on the streets because they were shorthanded, and they're still shorthanded.
They're still shorthanded. Still shorthanded.
So when you calculate the amount that it took to keep the PAL Center in operation up against the plethora of thousands that are being spent in incarceration, in the deaths, the murders.
Thousands. We're talking about millions, Pastor.
All right. Hey, you know, and I thank God you on the line because you have just added yeast to the dough.
He right over there. That's him.
Okay.
He answering the phone call. In case somebody want to call in, they can call 410-481-1010, 410-481-1010. Also streaming World Wide Web. That's www.olbbaltimore.com.
So Dr. McNutt, it's sometimes people believe that the system is discriminatory. Can you explain why the system is not discriminatory?
Absolutely. We watch roughly a third to a half of the city at a time. However, the only places we actually look is where someone has called in and reported a shooting, a murder, a stabbing, an armed robbery, or other major crime.
So that would be in Baltimore. That would be Sandtown, Winchester.
Well, we're
every 6 minutes.
to where the crime has occurred. We're not
right.
looking for crime. We're simply going to where the crime has already been reported. And we believe that everyone deserves effective policing, effective support, effective crime solving, because if you don't have that, then you really aren't secure.
Now, this will not take the place of a police officer, will it, Mr. McNutt?
No. We just provide information that helps solve those crimes. And by solving those crimes, we hope to remove those small number of people who are committing most of the crimes, who are causing most of the problems in the community off sooner, because we want to stop someone after they shoot their first person as opposed to after they shoot their 12th person. More importantly, we want them to know that if they shoot somebody, they stand a much better chance of getting caught. Therefore, hopefully they don't shoot in the first place.
And when Archie was talking about discriminatory or being biased to certain areas, you're watching Roland Park just like you're watching Harlem Park.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Right.
Our images go all the way from Johns Hopkins Medical Center past Edmondson Village, from Johns Hopkins University all the way down to Port Clinton. Okay. So any crime within that area that's called in, we're able to support. And again, we believe that all communities deserve effective policing that helps solve the crimes that is decimating many of our communities.
Could I ask a question real quick? So once all the crime has been settled down and there's no more killing as much as the numbers are low, what are you guys prepared to do to prevent this from happening again? I mean, as far as the infrastructure of the city, as far as the children, as far as the programs. I mean, what do you have anything put in place?
Absolutely. The wraparound services well, first of all, I believe to have a severe, because we need a sense of urgency impact like yesterday. To have that sense of urgency impact, we need to go to the children first and foremost.
Yes, sir.
Because they're the ones that deserve a chance. Because right now there's so many misguided teenagers, kids, that they the ones that we need to go inside the schools. You remember how when Scared Straight first came into the community, they came into the school first.
Spot on, brother.
They went straight to the schools. And even though some of them was a little bit belligerent, but some of them still put their points across. And they came, some of them came like they were fatigued army men, and some of them came up like they were just real brothers like myself that just want to lend an ear and lend two hands to help. How can we do this, and how can we make that happen? So this is all the way wraparound services with the help of Miss Millie and a couple of other mothers of murdered sons organizers. We're going to be going inside these middle schools, these high schools, telling them when you see that plane and you see that billboard and you're thinking about pulling that handgun, look up in the sky.
You're being watched in Baltimore.
So think about see that is a deterrent. It's not.
You're not going to get away.
It's all the way a deterrent.
Somebody is watching.
One thing Archie don't want to do is continue a revolving door.
Yes.
But somebody has to get up and stand up and say, listen, stop it. Deter yourself. Rethink this. You don't have to do this. Try it another way.
Yes.
I know it's hard because I have to tell myself that every day. I don't live in the county. I don't live in Baltimore County.
Do you live in the trenches?
Yeah, absolutely. I live in 3 blocks from Pennsylvania Avenue.
Right.
Jewett
I took him
Hill.
home last Friday. Had to duck down.
And that was part. And on the west side, there was when the trenches over the west side.
I
Now
know.
I'm over the east side and still in the trenches.
Trust
so
me.
It's not that.
But do you feel safe, Archie? Because I don't feel safe in Baltimore
The
City.
fact of the matter
I don't even
is,
know if I'm coming home to my 9-year-old daughter every time
you
I
know
go to
what?
work.
Part of me feels safe because I have become accustomed to the gunshots going off. I've become accustomed to the screaming and the mother crying. I've become accustomed to it because
we should not be accustomed.
No,
to
we
it.
should not be accustomed to it. But I'm
We
telling you,
had over 33 murders in the month of July.
I'm not recommending anybody be accustomed to it. I'm saying to me, I have grown accustomed to it because it doesn't fear me.
Archie, but we had 33 people lose their lives in the month of July. That's more than the days in the month. We should not be. Should not be. We should not be numb to that.
Right.
That should send us like crazy.
Outrage.
To survive, to make it every day, you got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You can't give up. You got to encourage yourself. You got to pray over your children. You got to pray over yourself before you open the door. I'm not afraid to walk the streets of Baltimore. I walk on Pennsylvania and Cumberland.
I am afraid.
And I'm sorry, I'm not. I told the drug dealers, get from in front of my church.
But I don't act like I'm afraid.
No,
I don't look like I'm afraid. But I am afraid.
But I walk with a higher power, and I'm not saying it's greater.
That's right.
I'm just saying, but we have to do something. We can't allow this. It is totally impossible for me to believe that we can allow 33 murders in 1 month to go unchecked.
What's my man Kumo D said? I never had to run from the Ku Klux Klan, and I'm sure not going to run from a black man.
I'm telling you.
How about that? Yeah.
It's not about being in fear. It's about relating to some of the pain. And believe you me, these kids don't want their mother crying over them. So like I said earlier, when you turn on Channel 11,
these kids have
and you turn
resolved
on,
themselves, Archie. When you talk to these young
oh
kids,
yeah, I agree.
these kids have resolved themselves, and you can, and it's sad. It saddens me to know that when they say, "Well, hey, I gotta go someday. I gotta go some." I mean, they and they not.
I'm
and
living for my little daughter, 9 years
but
old.
they living for their next meal. They feel like they living for their next
your
meal.
Your daughter could end up like little Mackenzie.
Right.
Your daughter could end up
That's
like
why I'm
the
afraid
you know?
that I'm not going to make it home.
Well, you have to educate, and Mackenzie's old enough right now where you can educate
say,
my children every day.
Baby, I might not come back home to you. I don't want to put that in there.
Right, no, you choose to tell your truth. Make no mistake about it.
I want the plane to come and save our city.
Where you fit in.
That's what I want.
But it's not just going to be the plane.
Longer.
It's going to be the
deter people,
right.
Archie.
But it's just not going to be the plane. It's going to be people like me, Pastor Simmons and Joyce, that go inside these schools and talk to these young ladies and these young men, saying, "Look here, rethink your steps, champ."
Unfortunately, listen. I speak from a different perspective. I speak from a position where I am more of a pastor than I am a pundit. I do not deify knowledge. I do understand knowledge is powerful, but knowledge can also make you impotent because we misplace knowledge. We place knowledge on a pedestal when it does not deserve to be there. Knowledge is supposed to point you to a solution. And I've noticed as I peruse the many venues of news that we all celebrate knowledge. We know how many died, and we hear the testimonies
over and over
and it becomes nauseating simply because we ought to take this knowledge and reach for a solution. I'm here to tell you now that pastors, bishops, politicians, community activists, all of them are not really interested in a solution. They want to talk always and over-exaggerating, information on steroids.
Camera ops.
Camera ops and things of that sort. And it's just a matter of it going around in a circle, in a circle, in a circle. Unfortunately, the shooters don't go to school. Okay, in case you didn't know, shooters don't go to school. Shooters know that there is a camera on top of the pole. Shooters also recognize that camera is on rotation. Shooters
they shoot when they go around past them.
Well, no, not necessarily. They really, really don't care.
Oh, man.
You see, they really don't care. So, I guess that then, along with cameras, we need to do something else.
Because the murders take place in broad daylight. Most of them take place in broad daylight.
But you know, what you said, brother, just now hit me when you said about the knowledge. Because, that's sad. They used to say, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. But knowledge, when you break the word knowledge down, you know something and it's a ledge. So you got to reach high on that ledge. You got to think out of the box now. We have to think out of the box because like everybody's saying, nothing is working right now. So we have to think out of the box.
Amen.
Because all this stuff is like absolutely now.
That is exactly
obsolete now.
You're telling the truth, Pastor, though, as far as knowledge is concerned. Bob Marley once said that I'd rather have street knowledge than to have book knowledge. Because book knowledge sometimes makes you ignorant to the streets.
Well, one thing I know that he, listening to the people that come in and they talk to the pastor and they come in, want to stop doing what they're doing and it's hard for them and they come in and they say, Pastor, I'm trying to eat too, and what do I do to feed my family? I'm a 3-time felon. I can't get a job. And there needs to be some kind of avenue to make sure that these people that want to change their lives and want to stop doing this, they need an opportunity. Right. And not say that they've blown it. We've got to give them a second chance to get a job.
It's a part of the solution. Right. Mm-hmm. All of that is a part of the solution. I am not Xing out anything. I am a person that includes all. It's not a matter either or. It's a matter of both and. We not only need to be concerned with prevention, we need to also be in the process of solving. There are a lot of people who it's too late to prevent. Mm-hmm. So then what do we do with those who have allowed the time of prevention to elapse?
We got less than 5 minutes. We're going to go down the table. We're going to take Ray. Ray.
Hey, gentlemen, how are you doing?
What's going on?
Hey, Ray.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I see more churches now than I ever seen before. Okay, can y'all hear me better now? I cut this radio off.
Yes.
Okay, I see more.
It'd be better if you come on speaker.
It's a reason why things happen. What did Jesus Christ say? If you love me, you do what?
Keep my commandments.
Right. So what is his commandments? When you go back in the Tanakh,
thou shalt not kill.
And what else? It's a lot more than just thou shalt not kill. Like the 10 Commandments is the 10 words. But we don't keep the Almighty's words.
Come on next
week,
Ray.
We don't keep his instructions. What do you expect to happen? And another thing, why it happened to us? Because we don't really the true children of Israel. All that part over there is a part of Africa. It's us that's in that Bible.
Ray, due to the time, just come back on next week. Tony, before we go down the line, can you tell us what's going on real quick?
Yes. Hello, Baltimore. I am from Baltimore, Antoine Reed, and I'm proud to be from Baltimore. And a lot of good people have come out of Baltimore. We have 5 martial arts schools coming together and this is the 6th annual martial arts cookout. We have a moon bouncer, game truck, DJ. We also have Baltimore International Chess Club is going to have chess boards for those guys who like to play chess. It's from 1 to 5 p.m. and it is $7 a ticket. It's August the 10th, next Saturday, from 1 to 5. And for tickets, you can contact George Green at 443-280-0970. Lisa Scott, 443-630-4793. Carl Matthews, 443-286-9680. Tony Jackson, 443-463-1242. It is, the location is Faith Fighters Martial Arts Academy, 8502 Liberty Road, Randallstown, Maryland, 21133. You also can go to our Facebook page, Martial Arts Cookout, and there's pictures from the previous cookouts there. And I just want to say that this is for the children, and it's going to be nice. We would like all martial artists to come out and bring your students from Baltimore, Maryland, surrounding Baltimore, Maryland.
Good. That's it.
One more thing I wanted to say. Harlem Park is one of the recreations that they closed up, that they supposed to be opened up again. I was 14 years old when I started martial arts. I met Sheila Dixon there when she was a school teacher. And whenever I needed to seek refuge, I could go over there, shoot pool, play ping pong, take karate. They had wrestling classes there. They had ping pong there. They had Marlin dance for the girls. We need that again, Baltimore. Take our city back. Take our children. Teach our children. They took cursive writing out of school. When you have forms that say print or sign, okay, how you going to sign when you don't even know, the children don't even know cursive writing? So you got to teach. You got to take your children. You got to teach them.
Thank you, Tony. Archie, now tell us about you and Dr. Ross when the plane coming back.
August the 18th, Dr. McNutt will be at 3 South Frederick Street, 2 p.m. doing a presentation. We're going to be shooting live on Jason's page, my page, Larry's page, Miss Flowers' page. Joyous page, Pastor Simmons' page. We're going to shoot it live. But this is a public, right? Come and see what Ross does. Stop hearing about it. Come and see it for your own self.
Where they can come at?
You can also see it at communitywithsolutions.com. You can actually see some of the previous meetings and how we go about solving murders. And when you see it, man, you'll say, man, I'm not doing nothing.
Great.
Amen.
So 443-409-7256. This is Archie's personal number. Give me a call, and I will give you the information for the presentation on the 18th of August at 3 South Frederick Street at 2 p.m.
And I'm with Archie as well, but I'm also at Simmons Memorial Baptist Church, and along with those people, will on August the 17th we'll be having an outdoor, taking it to the streets. This is Joyous Jones saying, signing off, and we're asking for a taxi.
My name is Larry, the celebrity cab driver. 443-839-8412. I'm flying with you, RJ and Ross, Doctor.
Thank you, Pastor.
Friday.
WOLB Baltimore and WERQ FM HD3 Baltimore.
Here's the latest from Newsone.com, brought to you by Compassion International. More details are being released about a burglary attempt at the home of Maryland Democratic.
What happened?
We having something on August the 17th.
Talk about it.
On August the 17th, Simmons Memorial is taking it to the streets. We're going to be outside. All kinds of. We're going to have our service on the outside. Food, hot dogs, hamburgers. Come on out and participate. It's free. No tickets. Just come on.
Where?
601 Cumberland Street, Pennsylvania and Cumberland.
Next when?
Next Saturday, August the 17th.
What number they can call?
They can call Simmons Memorial at 410-728-1298.
That's the church you go to?
Yes.
RJ ain't tell me that. He tell me that's the church you go to on Pennsylvania and Cumberland.
Where are these flyers distributed? You said that tape at. I told you that's Joyous Church.
Oh.
That's where the tape was.
Where the tape at? I told you that's Joyous.
That's my pastor.
Why you just telling us this?
I thought you knew that. I thought he knew that. You leaving on?
Y'all gonna get y'all copies?
Oh, okay.
They are picturesque. Okay? And you put something in their hand and colorful.
Until next time, folks, call me 443-839-8412. I'm Larry Wiles, a celebrity cab driver, and this is
Joyous Jones signing off.
I'm just saying that if the word of mouth